Now, where is Alpha now? Oh, there is Alpha now. Relatively ordered, wouldn't you say? His art of speech must have been reassuring to hear. On the contrary, there is something jovial in the air. I have a feeling this night won't be quite peaceful as our hooded friend predicted. I think I shall take a brief stroll around town before retiring to my chambers. Once you've discharged your duty to Bragi, I suggest you do the same. Well, I hope untroubled dreams find you and Alice both. We'll speak with Bragi then. Hello, Bragi. What can I do for you? You can do stuff, I guess. Let's see, well, Captain Lena can get it. Captain Lena can rest assured at any potions I got a spot coming in. Be set aside for the wounded. On a moment, if you're carrying messages through the guard, does that mean you were there then? Battle of Holmister? Yes. A lord like you might want to pay a visit to the Wandering Stairs and make herself known. Some interesting opportunities. Yeah. Yeah, more beer for the table too, and a couple of pins for me to table and treat while you're at it. Coming right up. Sorry, we rushed off our feet today. Can I get you anything? Drinks around the house. Sounds good. On the back has a twisted sense of humor. You send you to me at a time like this. I just saw without a damn trace, and it was the Warrior of Darkness who did the deed. And that's no small feat. Fair enough. Go after eaters, and the rumor of the warriors' appearance was the spark of their kindling. Strong ones, right? Yeah. Form like angry bees around a queen. You need to look no further than Holmister for proof of that. Don't happen every day. Praise the blessed shadow. The more common threats are the strays. No one knows why, but every now and again, Neither will leave the pack to prowl alone. Those are the ones you run into on the road if your luck is foul. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Summers ago, and when his Historians heard the descriptions given by the survivors, well, apparently they share an appearance with the villains who caused the flood. If that doesn't send chill down the spine, they are also reported to be as tough as light wardens, not the kind of prey you can take down single-handed. But knowing the Warrior of Darkness out there, has a fire in their belly, just look at them. Whom over there, with the oversized sword, is grandson. He's in it for revenge, wants to recruit a comrade in arms as tenacious as he is. Full by those chewy cheeks, he's as hard a hunter as they come. He just lost a partner and seems to be on the lookout for a new one. That's Craig. He seeks an expert in magecraft to help fight the virtue he's after. Justice Cactuar dwarf, drunk or both, wanted to join forces with a healer and only a healer. Think about needing a mentor's wisdom? Gain access to Roll Quests, a separate quest line and stories now available for tank, physical DPS, magical DPS, and healer roles. Oh, is this like the job quests? We got at least one role. Okay. These are job quests. Alright, fair enough. So these are going to be where I do my job quests. Huh. Missions and Trevels. What is this? Let's talk to them then. Go. I'm gonna sneak up on a dwarf mid-flagging. I need a proper greeting leader. Look here. Hey ho, the name's Guild. Okay. Lally ho. Now that's a greeting. Well, aside, just who are you anyway? I'd remember you if I met you. Well, you never met me, that's why. That's why you don't remember me. You never met me. Seems strange then as the crystal exarch, you say? Oh well. Those things, right? He's got some sort of mystical power. Those are the same, because I could use someone like you. Well, one in particular. Alright, fair enough. Which one? I can help you. Your confidence. Wish I could take your word for it, since you sound Just what I'm looking for, but I have to ask you to prove it. Be bad for the both of us. So you get yourself on over the force of Lost Shepherd, and we'll see what you've got. Oh, sure, that's easy. Let's do the job quest then, I guess. Lost Shepherd job quest. Alright, Jot, what do you want? You found the place, alright? Now for the prey. That'll do. Now, just take a deep breath, friend. You. Okay. So that's how you talk to monsters. Okay. See, that wasn't so bad. I broke sheer, so it was case one for him there, but he'll feel just fine now, better than before, actually. These gave you no trouble. Seems that you're just about what I'm looking for, after all. You can talk about the rest at the Crystarium, or a drink. Folks storing these stairs know how to keep them coming. Meet me there. Alright. Nothing like a flagon of ale after a well-earned victory. Did you hit your head? Yes, I know how the beast gave me a trancing. Really exceeded my expectation. Yes, did you? Whatever you want to call what we just did. Doing it helped us understand each other, sure enough. And that you're a masterful fighter, and you learned that I'm fearless as stone. So a fellowship is forged. Now, that I'm sure that you won't get yourself killed, I can tell you about the Sin Eater I'm after. It's one so-called cardinal virtues, so foreseen, and its nasty piece of work. Each of the virtues looks like one of those fools who brought the flood upon us. This one takes after the worst of the bunch, Lamet, disgrace to all dwarven kind. Oh, wait, isn't that one of the Warriors of Darkness from that we met? Alright, they were called Warriors of Light in this world. Okay, yeah. Knowing that one of our people was a Warrior of Light is bad enough, but so foreseen being out there, looking all dwarf-like, well, it don't help matters a cursed thing. Council of Elders, they don't want to live with the shame of Lamet's sins. Stay with me here and give me this job, hunt down Sorcerer and slay it. So they don't keep sullying our good name. That's fine. I'm more than up for a contest of might. The problem I'm having though is that Sulfurcene keeps healing itself. That's, well, deeply annoying. So it's because Lamet herself was some kind of master of the art. Sulfurcene's healing is so powerful that no matter how hard I rack it, it can't leave a scratch. And on reserve, it also flies around carefree as you please, resurrecting other Sin Eaters. We'll be sure to we'll be up our eyeballs in them forever if we can't do something about those creative powers. That's where you come in, right? Lamet doesn't deserve your scorn, you know. Listen, I know you have your own ways. That's just fine, but whether you care much of the Overnorn or not, you have to agree that a Sin Eater that can raise its fellows from the grave is a danger to us all. Sir Lamet, you should now know that being a dwarf is about respecting tradition, and she never did, never. You might not have heard, but the tales say that Lamet roamed the land without her helm. She only showed her face to those who weren't kin. She knew full well it would dishonor. Okay, I see. I see. The Lalafels, they're called dwarves in this world. Lalafels are called dwarves in this world, and they can't show their face, so they hide it behind the armors. I'll need a few flagons to restore my vigor, and by few I mean about 100. Come and find me later. Well then. Hey, what do you want next, Gyot? Fronts and allies. Gyot shows no sign of having ceased drinking at any point since your last meeting. Who are you? Oh, look at me. You got something to say? Now you know one more thing about me. There's only strength on our fellowship. Interesting. Be able to point us in the right direction. Let's speak together at the leaky keel over there. There we go. What are you looking at? I'm fine. No need to give me that mirror stare. I know what you're thinking. Gyot, you think to yourself, oh, I was drinking and laughing about. Drinking some more. What a sluggard, what a drunkard. Nah, I'm just waiting for you, that's fine. That's fine. Really, you should work on finding your sense of humor. Maybe deal with that after self-restraint. Anyway, you'll be happy to hear that while I was waiting, I got my hands on some prime information, also some excellent wine. No information first. So according to local fisherfolk, quite a few sea eaters turned up near the right cliff lately. Just suggested we go there and kill as many as we can find. While we're at it, you can vent some of that pent-up rage you've got. Don't need to beep. Alright, fine. Let's go find that. Let's go find that sin eater. I don't like that dude. He's kind of annoying. Sin eater, yeah, it's all over there. Jet, how's your... That should do it. I'll wait for if Surfer shows itself over in the bush. Those bushes. Say, I've got a wine right here. Okay, we're gonna lure it. Ah, there's the sin eater. Oh, I remember her. There, that's it. Rays. Yeah, casting rays. See, it revived the other one. I'll have to take her out. Really, what's wrong? Outside's even worse than I feared. Is someone there? You're alive. Why didn't you say so? Should I tell you? That's a whole other matter. Wait, all my wounds healed. Thank you, kind stranger. Sure lucky that I passed by. You really might have died, you know. Well, you're no argument from me. I was a fool to thought that the hobgoblin I was after might have friends lying in wait. Never so much as crossed my mind. I've been out here alone. With your magic, keep me fighting. Their numbers wouldn't pose much of a problem. What'd you say? You don't look to have a party of your own yet. And I could certainly use a man like you on my side. What? I'm no man. You unripped and gored? Why, I've never been so insulted in my life. Let me tell you I'm Lamit, proud daughter of the Tall family. And if I catch you mocking me again, I'll put you right back the way I found you. You hear? Yes, ma'am. I certainly didn't mean to offend. The beard misled me, you see? And that's that. Oh, so they've been on an adventure. Look, Albert, a treasure. She looked a hero. Now let's see you act like one. I'm starting to wonder if you have as much trouble with fun as you do with jokes. Are you sure your mother's ain't a hob? Maybe. I don't know. Fine, never mind. At least we got what we came for. We didn't miss much. After Sulfur was seen, brought the other eater back to life, they both floated off to who knows where. What happened to you? I saw a vision of Sulfur scene. No, the real limit's passed? Huh, I knew you'd have some kind of weird power. Sounds to me like what you witnessed at the beginning of Limit's journey, right after she left home. It's odd you said she was wearing her helm, and she helped out that injured traveler just like any dwarf of honor would be. Maybe she wasn't born a monster, but then... Don't sit right with me neither. Standing around wondering about it won't do much. We're done here, so let's go back to the Crystarium. There ain't nothing I'm flagging on ale after a job well done. Don't give me that look. I did stuff this time, you saw. And you also saw Sulfurcine work as magic. But since you haven't said anything about it yet, I'm guessing you didn't have no sudden revelations about how to stop it. Don't worry, I didn't expect you to solve my whole problem just like that. I only need you to remember what you saw today. Keep it in your mind, then maybe something will come to you when you're working your magic elsewhere. I like to think while I drink. It's the most efficient way, so you can find me here if you need me. Alright, sounds good. My request? Scientific method. I like you. Looks like you've been training hard. In fact, your muscles are sure much bigger. It's almost like there's 3 of you. Actually, there's just 1. Are you drunk again? Yes, I'm joking, but you seem stronger. Of course I am. I'm so powerful. So different about Sulfurcene. I've heard from folks passing through that the stray sin eaters find their way to Arings pretty often. Meet me at Morg Souk and be ready for change. Carnage. Alright, Carnage. Alright, sounds good. Everyone likes some Carnage. Morg Souk. Let's go check that place out. Alright, you know I heard the liquor here ain't fit to drink. But it's not half bad. Gets the job done, and with a real kick. Oh, I know what you're thinking. That Jut, always downing one ale or another. You think to yourself, and so good at it. I'm uncontrollably jealous, so I just take any more. You quietly weep on the inside. I can see you don't believe me. You leave me no choice, I'll show you. I'll go on ahead and dice some sin eaters in the time it takes you to finish off this Mort Swillier. Just go down and come and find me southeast of here. You'll see. Only you and dwarf ever drink so much. See, your average sin eater is no match for me. Not with the power of tradition and alcohol on my side. As a matter of fact, I put down a nighter before I got around. Did the job a bit too well. Really mangled the thing. It was pretty gross, flattened out all around places with bits poking. So like, got it out of here. When you got the idea, I drink a lot and I kill stuff. You have to admit that's an effective strategy. Try your healing on it. Go on. You want me to heal it? Okay. And try it. That's what, nothing. Did you figure out why? I think it was never really alive to begin with. You're right on that one. Seniors may look like people or beasts, but it's like they're just pretending. They're not truly alive. Only the light drives them, keeps them going, like winding on an automaton. And healing magic ain't meant for restoring life to something that didn't have one to begin with. But if Sulfurcene's power ain't like the magic healing magic that we know of, what is it? Also wonder why you don't come and revive this one. Is it just too far away to take notice? I heard tell of it appearing in a Hollister switch either. So many sin eaters got skill there. So I only resurrect some sin eaters and not others. This is all too much thinking, not enough drinking, so I took it to Crystarium. More stuff. Alright, what is there? Here's the fine ale. Mine does with me, and I'll always listen. That's how I keep my muscles primed and spirits are tough. That's not for sure. Nothing comes easy to sober folks. Order on today, discuss must first complete Mason arrow into the wood. Alright. We'll continue the main quest then. And then we'll come back to the job quests later. Come back, miss. I wonder if anyone can sleep with a city such as an uproar. You return to your quarters? Yes. Very, very good. Now the presentation we have had illumination prepared for all the rooms. No need to rush to markets or lanterns. Have a pleasant rest. Thank you.
So it's your lot's turn to be the Warriors of Darkness, is it? It's funny how things work out.
You've been watching me, haven't you?
Well, I did warn you. I followed you to Yulmore and then on to Armarang. And I was there when you slew the Light Warden.
You're a stalker.
Those white-haired twins who were with you. I remember them from our battle in the Source. Are they your friends then? Through thick and thin?
Of course they're my friends. Aye.
Then I suggest you keep them close. It's when you charge ahead trying to save someone else that you end up losing those you love. Not that you need telling, I'll bet you've lost plenty. But I wonder, what will it cost you this time?
Albert, you better not jinx it. You better not jinx it.
I don't remember when it was that I learned regret wasn't worth the bother. You get numb to it all over the years. The lost comrades, the broken promises, the abandoned principles. Just more.
So this is what the light was hiding. She's here. I must go to her.
Huh, who is that?
Intruders! Fan out and find them!
Out of my way!
Stay your weapon. We are not your enemy. When the alarm sounded, I wondered what we had done to betray our presence. But I see now we are not the only intruders. Sir Estinian, I presume. The dragoon who plucked the warrior of light from the jaws of death? Your armor is most distinct.
Much as yours once was. But even without it, I see a former legator still has eyes and ears in unexpected places. Van Baelsar, in the flesh. Though I understand you prefer Shadowhunter.
You are in contact with the Scions, I take it.
Through no choice of my own. They tracked me down and conscripted me to their cause. I swear the receptionist was trained as a spy. Not that anyone can escape that Baldessian woman once she has caught the scent of your ether.
If they have resorted to using freelancers, I must assume their attempts to wake the afflicted have failed. And what of their champion?
Away on other business. Thus, it has fallen to me to root out any trace of the Empire's new weapon.
If it is Black Rose you seek, you are too late. My people have already completed your mission here. Yet this is but one factory among many. When they caught wind of our efforts, they built additional facilities to ensure production continues unabated. There will be no one left in the lands they conquer. No citizens to conscript. No skills to exploit. Nothing the Empire needs. And they will call it victory.
What exactly does this Black Rose do?
The gas is described as a poison, but its actual effect is more arcane in nature. It was created to disrupt the ether in living beings, to bring the flow of their life energies to a standstill. Inhaling even the tiniest amount will cause all bodily functions to cease, much as a potent venom will stop a man's heart. Released over a city, Black Rose could conceivably kill every inhabitant, and all without damaging a single structure.
Search every corner! Rouse the barracks if you have to! I want this facility secured!
I have more questions, but now is not the time.
Sir Estinian, I have an offer for you, but I will make it only once. Since it would seem we seek the same answers, you are welcome to join us.
Ha! From what I hear, you need all the help you can get. In case you don't know, Varys himself confessed that your empire was a creation of the Ascians.
I am aware of what his Radiance said at the parley. Thus I would return to the capital, that I might behold the truth of this corruption with my own eyes. My path leads to Garlemald.
Job well done, alright. Okay, so we got some quests to do here. Lost found. Okay. I guess we'll do the job well done. Which is in this room here, right? Hello, Heggy. Oh, there's an Aether credit. Okay. Heggy is looking for someone willing to make a delivery for a job. Yeah, I could make a delivery. Why this old woman impose you on the travel to Fort Job in her stead? My son, Kajik, is the guard out there, and I have a package for him. Alright, let's go deliver the package then. A package? Alright, let's go. Everyone will be so pleased. Food from Mother. Everyone will be so pleased. How much touch that so many risk their themselves to protect it. By preparing food for us, she does that. Wait a moment, you were on the Holmester Switch, weren't you? I saw you on the front lines. Yeah. Anyway, I don't think I could ever forget the sight of you. Facing down Aether after Aether without ever once flinching, and it's not just me. You're an inspiration to all of us. Here's an idea. What if you pass these out to the rest of the guard? I'm sure that they'll be awestruck. Sure. Pass them some meal. Where is it? That's on the he's on the other side of the wall, right? Oh, there's an Aether right here. Mother made this. That's the best news I've had in days. Cooking's excellent. I was sorry that we couldn't save her home, but at least the whole family made it out alive. Thank you. I just say it's a true honor to have you here. Your bravery on the field will not soon be forgotten. Perfect. You know, wicked white, you're here. You're there in the middle of it all, strong as 100 men. A bulwark against the tide of Aethers that threaten to overwhelm us. Now you've brought me a sandwich. Yes, eat. Your leaders need the strength. You need all the strength you can get. Please, Worthy. apologize for asking such trifling of you. We lost a lot of people on that battlefield. Anything that might raise morals is well worth the trip. And I thought that they admire you even half as much as I do. Save my favorite portion of the food for you. Please take it along with my thanks. Alright, manager of sweets. Your suite is wearing a grave expression. Begging your pardons, miss, but do you perchance intend to head outside? I would strongly advise you not to stray too far from the Crystarium ward, as Ilmore has dispatched its military to the Lakeland. Given the timing, one can only assume they do not welcome the return of the night. Even now, the Exarch is in the Arclight, deliberating a response. Head to the Ocular, alright? Ocular, Docile Gata. Okay. I'm a great gatekeeper.
You have come at a good time. As you may have heard, we have something of a quandary on our hands. Laxon Loft here in Lakeland. Yulmore has sent one of its airships. They have...
I suppose the sky does rather give the game away.
Indeed. 'Twas inevitable they would come knocking. The only question was how soon.
My lord, I am come with the Yulmoran emissary. May I show him in?
A moment, Captain, if you would. Everyone, gather round. I do not wish to show our hand prematurely. Forgive me this liberty. Vanish. Enter. Well, well. The commander of the Yulmoran army himself. To what do I owe the honor, General Ranjit?
The Light Warden is dead, Exarch. Were your people responsible?
You are clearly in some haste, my lord. But before I address your question, you must allow me one of my own. What is Yulmore's interest in this?
His Benevolence, Lord Vorthry, is gravely concerned that the actions of an ignorant few may jeopardize relations between man and Sin Eater. Should it transpire that the Crystarium is guilty of abetting the villains responsible for this outrage, my lord has decreed that it suffer the same retribution.
I see. Since you have been so candid, I too shall speak my mind. Regardless of who is responsible, the Crystarium rejoices in the Light Warden's death and welcomes the return of the night sky. If Yulmore considers this tantamount to aiding those you term villains, then by all means, carry out your retribution. Know, however, that even should every innocent soul in the Crystarium perish, nothing can stop that which has been set in motion.
Folly. The death of one or 1,000,000 Sin Eaters changes nothing. The world is dead, and writhe as we might, like maggots in its rotting course, it will not be reborn. Only by my master's grace may we live out our days in peace. But I waste my breath. You have made your stance clear. I shall relay your words to Lord Vorthry. In the meantime, you would do well to counsel any here who have done more than merely rejoice in recent events, to throw themselves upon Yulmore's mercy, promptly.
I feel like Yulmore is going to be their main villain, because they can control Sin Eaters.
One last matter. We are searching for a young artist and his assistant. Know you of whom I speak?
An artist and his assistant, no. I cannot say I do.
What a pity. Should they reveal themselves to you, I bid you hand them over at once. My master is most eager to see them again.
Am I imagining things, or did he just stare straight at us?
I fear he did. The General is not a man to be trifled with. He is a warrior of fearsome repute who has led Yulmore's army since before Vorthry's time, when the nation still spearheaded the fight against the Sin Eaters. One does not command the world's mightiest army, and for so long, without possessing exceptional instincts.
If Yulmore chose to send such an individual, we must assume this talk of retribution is more than an idle threat. While we are grateful for your support, my lord, we cannot in good conscience put your people in harm's way.
It is noble of you to say, Master Alphinaud, but my people have been in harm's way since long before you arrived. Yulmore has ever yearned to rule over what remains of the world. Even should we surrender the Warrior of Darkness to them, they would find some other pretext upon which to invade. The people of the Crystarium know this only too well, which is why, when the time comes, I am certain they will fight to the last man. If truth be told, I would not have been surprised had Ranjit declared war here and now.
He may have reason to delay. According to reports, the Yulmoran forces at Luxon Loft were observed taking a prisoner. A young woman believed to be none other than the Oracle of Light, Minfilia. It may be that General Ranjit wishes to convey her to Yulmore before commencing hostilities. Having mentored generations of Minfilias, it would not surprise me if he had made her capture his chief concern.
I'm sorry, generations of Minfilias?
Of course. How remiss of me. I had intended to speak to you of Minfilia. There is, however, much to say, and precious little time in which to say it. I think it best that you seek out Moren at the Cabinet of Curiosity. He will be able to enlighten you. Alphino, Alize, would you care to accompany your friend? You doubtless have insights of your own to offer on the matter.
All right. Though I'm still not sure I understand it all myself.
In the meantime, I will set about making provisions for war.
Books pertaining to Warrior of Darkness. My pleasure to assist. Interested in learning about Minfilia, alright. But you must see for yourself. The book should be located on the level below. Everything is always in its place, despite my best efforts. In short, if the book is not where it should be, it will almost certainly be somewhere it should. So, good luck. Search the shelves. It's down here, right? Okay. We're gonna learn about Minfilia. About, well, the D-Minfilias. The multiple Minfilias. Towering shelf. Search here then. Interesting. The book does not appear to be here. Alright, have you found the book? Happy to say I've finished all my pressing tasks. If you want to call your friends over, we can begin learning at once. Without further ado then. The solid Nordvent. Just as all seemed lost, a savior appeared who halted the all-consuming radiance. A maiden with hair spun gold and eyes of clear silver. Sapphire. None was known about her save that her name was Minfilia. For delivering the realm, she came to be revered as the Oracle of Light. Stopping the flood, the mysterious maiden vanished without a trace. But 15 years later, her name would unexpectedly appear in the canals of history. Wouldn't that be our Minfilia then? When Sin Eaters laid ruin to the kingdom of Orbit, a young girl was discovered who was immune to creatures' blighted touch. One with hair spun gold and eyes of clear sapphire. She was hailed as the Oracle Reborn and came likewise to be called Minfilia. Enlisting the Elmoran army, this Minfilia fought and vanquished a countless Sin Eaters. Alas, like so many other soldiers, she eventually met her end in battle. Yet with her dying breath, she whispered unto her grieving comrades, Minfilia will return. And true to her words, some years later, another young girl was discovered who possessed the selfsame eyes, the selfsame hair, and those selfsame powers. She took the name Minfilia. She too fought the Sin Eaters as a soldier of Ulmar, and she too fell in battle. Many more were to follow in her footsteps, and so a cycle continues to this day. And that concludes the tale. By their valor and sacrifice, these women have saved Nordvent on numerous occasions. And were it not for them, we might never have learned of the light wardens and their nature. They sound like formidable warriors. But perhaps the truth is rather less simple. The Oracles are born with a certain common trait. She does not inherit the memories or the knowledge of her previous incarnations. All the Minfilias thus far were discovered as ordinary goers, unserved in the ways of war and ignorant of the power they harbored. While some embraced their fate, devoted themselves to training, others did not. But all were made to face the Sin Eaters, and all died to keep our hopes alive. What can you tell us of the current Minfilia? She was found by the Ulmran army some 10 years ago and taken into their care, or rather their custody. She was a prisoner in all but name for that time under Waltry's rule. Ulmar had already abandoned resistance in favor of decadence. Minfilia was an uncomfortable reminder of the war they no longer wished to fight, a potential threat to the peace, so they kept her under lock and key. As for a long while, we heard nothing more of her. We couldn't even be certain she was alive, save it was in the Ulmaran's best interest for her to remain under their control. But then, 3 years ago, a gallant soul stole into the city and rescued her from the clutches just like a hero from the tales. Indeed, well, I believe now I have a good grasp of Minfilia's tale. Thank you for your time, Lauren. Might I trouble you with a word, patios outside? Is it the our Minfilia though? Isn't it like us? Minfilia was sent to another world in Heaven's Ward, right? Could it be our Minfilia from our world? Interesting. As you will have already surmised, a gallant soul who rescued Minfilia was none other than our dear Tancred. They have since been wandering the land together, never remaining in one place for long, which is why we have not yet had a chance to meet them. We know that Minfilia journeyed here as Hydaelyn's emissary to halt the flood of light. It could only be her that the people had first witnessed 100 years ago, the original Oracle of Light. While there's plainly some connection between the woman we knew and their namesakes, the fact that these girls do not share her memories must surely mean they are not the same person. Tancred has to understand that. I have no doubt that he understands. The question is how he feels. Regardless, the Tancred we know would not forsake his charge. If she has been captured, we may be certain he will not stand idly by. There you go again, talking in your roundabout way. If you think we should risk Minfilia, just spit it out. It so happens I agree with you. It's quite clear that Minfilia possesses Hydaelyn's blessing. And it wouldn't hurt to have a second such individual on our side, right? Quite. See, you've made up your minds. Exactly. What brings you here? Report and a proposal. First reporter, scouts have conferred their element forces at Langston Moth do indeed have Minfilia in custody. For the present, they are holding her there, but we can be certain we will move her to Ilmore ere long. Should that happen, we may be forced to give her up as lost. So if we mean to act, we should do it so quickly. Which brings me to my proposal. I ask that you entrust this undertaking to us, the people of the Crystarium. Here's here delved into details of this proposal.
You are doubtless eager to attempt Minfilia's rescue, and with your combined strength, you may well succeed. But as I said earlier, I do not wish to show our hand unless absolutely necessary.
As I said earlier, I do not wish to show our hand unless absolutely necessary.
It was not merely the night sky that you restored to us, but hope. Hope for the future of Norvrend. Unlike you, we cannot contend with the Light Wardens, but so long as hope burns in our hearts, we will fight on regardless. This I will prove to you. My friends, I thank you for gathering at such short notice. There is something I would ask you all. As many of you are aware, I received an emissary from Yulmore a short while ago in the form of General Ranjit. To my dismay, the General condemned the slaying of the Light Warden, and warned me in no uncertain terms that, should the Crystarium cast its lot with the Warrior of Darkness, there would be war. Let none be mistaken. we would be hard-pressed indeed to resist the might of Yulmore. Some would even call it suicide. And yet my heart cries out to fight. Better that than relinquish the hope that swelled in my breast when I beheld the night sky for the first time in 100 years. Or so says my heart. My mind, meanwhile, reminds me that to follow my heart would be to risk everything we have accomplished thus far. Clearly, this is not a decision to be made lightly, nor less alone. And so I put the question to you all. What should we do?
My lord, you already know our minds. It brought tears to our eyes to witness the knight's return. The whole of Norvrad deserves the same, and not just because some children's story tells us so.
Yulmore's influence is far-reaching. Should war break out, trade would be subject to restrictions. The flow of goods will dry up, and we will struggle to make do with what little trickles through. But make do, we will.
Aye, we can weather such hardships. Is that not the very thing the Castellarium was built for? We have always taken pride in our ability to sustain ourselves. Not just to endure, but to thrive.
When all falls down around you, rise up. Those were your words. There may come a day when all hope seems lost, but even should the rest of the world give in to despair, we shall not. We shall fight on, that our children and our children's children might know a better tomorrow.
Rousing words apart, I never much cared for those Yulmoran bastards anyway. No better than common swindlers, most of them. Wouldn't know a fair deal if it came up and kissed them on the arse.
Trust you to spoil the moment.
It appears we have a consensus. Let it be known that the Yulmoran host at Laxon Loft has taken the Oracle of Light captive. They fear the power she holds over the Sin Eaters, and doubtless intend to imprison her once more. So, I move that we rescue the Oracle, grant her a place among us, and let that be our answer to Yulmore's ultimatum.
Hear, hear!
Hear, hear!
In planning a strategy for the rescue, I open the floor to you all.
And there you have it. If Yulmore wishes to denounce us as villains, then we shall embrace our villainy. Will you do so as well?
We will not be outdone. Consider us your partners in crime.
My lord, our proposal is as follows. We begin by deploying Amaro to occupy the skies over Lakeland. They should serve to delay the airship's departure. At the same time, we scatter dream powder from the air. Not all will succumb to its effects, but it should thin the enemy's numbers, affording us an opening to swoop in and liberate the Oracle.
Very good. See to your preparations.
And what exciting crimes would you have us commit? Speaking for my fellow villains, I'd say we're capable of most things, though we draw the line at indolence.
If excitement is your desire, then I bid you join the guard. Captain Lena will give you your orders.
However how highly the Exarch thinks of you, you will receive no special treatment from me. Is that clear? Yeah, sure. Where's your salute, soldier? Oh, here it is. Better. More spirited than Exarch's feeble attempts, certainly. Now, first things first. You will need uniforms. Go to Crystal and report to Catalyst. She will see you measured and fitted. There's the last of them. Your friends are being measured as we speak. Right this way. We'll see to you in your dashing best for your first outing. Alright, let's go. My first outing, let's go. Let's have a look at those numbers. We should be able to make them work with some minor adjustments. We'll deploy Amaro to scatter dream powder from the air. Once the powder takes effect, an allied unit will storm the fortress to rescue the Oracle. Sounds easy enough. I assume we're to be part of the set unit? Correct. The unit will be divided into two contingents, one deploying from Fort Job and the other from the All-Star Imperative. And will join me the latter with me. Before you proceed to your positions, you are to report to Chess Samuel at Prajkizurix. Fair enough. She'll be on her way then. Take care, my friend. After you have collected a serum, of course. Alright, let's go. Our artisans are burning the midnight oil. Oh, fair enough. What's this? Oh, that's a job class. Sorry, can't do that right now. Speak with Chessen over there. Alright, well, next time on Final Fantasy XIV, we're gonna go try to save Minfilia. So, and maybe we might go into war with Ulmore. We don't know. Things are looking grim and dark. Good thing that there's night now. See a dark sky? We have nighttime now. So see you guys next time on FF14.